Good morning everybody, Patty Ann here. Today I'm going to show you a fun project, and I think you might like to make a lot of these for gifts for the summertime coming up. I'm going to show you how to put a monogram on here. Whoops. And I'm actually going to use some glitter. Another kind that I did make was but rather than using glitter, I used rhinestones, and it turns out really beautifully. If you look over here really quick, like to Silhouette Business Edition, you can see how I can have two different colors of rhinestones and my monogram in the center, and it just really blings it up. And I'm going to teach this over in my Patreon class, the $5 a month class. You get 4 or 5 classes per month. You get access to the dollar level, which is another mystery class. So if you're interested, check out the link down below for my Patreon class and subscribe. I don't think you'll be charged even the $5 until June 1st, even though you will have had some classes. So let's go back now to Cricut Design Space. Oh, and by the way, for joining this is using Silhouette Business Edition software. You do not have to have a Silhouette, although you can have a Silhouette Cameo. You can have a Scan and Cut or a Cricut machine. These classes will work for everybody because we'll be learning to make SVGs out of these things. Let's go back to Cricut Design Space. And these are the fonts that I'm going to use. Now, I have downloaded from dafont.com a monogram that looks just like this, but this one to me was a lot easier to use, and I'll show you why. If I go to upload, look down here in the lower left hand corner. When I upload the thing that I got from this website, which I'll show you in a few moments, this is how it comes in. The whole sheet comes in just like that. So then I can pick and choose whatever I want to use. Let me cancel that. So this whole thing, when I opened, came in. And as far as where I found this, I went to a website called StudioIllustrado.com. I'm not in any way affiliated with it, but I really liked the monograms that were available there. And look how cheap they are, $1. And excuse me, that's if you just want to use it for non-commercial. If you want to use this commercially and be able to sell these things, so it's $5.95. Still pretty good deal if you're going to make these. And I think you could crank them out and maybe sell these, hats, especially if you make them out of glitter, and especially if you bling them with rhinestones. Rhinestones, whoo, beautiful. Anyway, so let's go back again to Cricut Design Space. And these are the letters that I'll be using, and I'm going to put my sister's initials this time for her monogram. But look down here one more time, and I want to show you what I do at the very end, or now I could do it at the beginning. I have this hat here, and I wanted to know how big to make the circle. So I cut out a piece of paper and put it on here to see, and I decided that one was a little bit too big. So then I had done this where I blinged a, koozie. And I have the vinyl piece left over, and I know this was a 2.5-inch circle rather than a 3, and I think that fits a lot better. So I'm going to make this 2.5 and hope that I'm doing a size that I like. Okay, now let's go back to Cricut Design Space. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my sister like I said. So all you do on this one is I've already ungrouped all of these when I brought them in. So the first thing I'll do is her first name is Jean. So I'll get rid of that and bring over the J, the first J. And her last name is Rice. I need to move the circle out of the way first, and I can grab the R and bring it over. And so you usually put the middle or the last name in the middle, and then her other initial that she needs is a G for Grimes. All right, so there they are. So that could pretty much be it. I could go ahead and take this now and group it after I make sure that I have everything spaced properly. But I would right click. Okay, let's grab it all. Right click And group. There it is. All right. So there we go. Now down here you'll notice they did have this other cute little thing that I could use. I think I need to group it to bring it up. If I wanted to use this around, which is I think is really cute, right? I'm not sure how well it will work out with my glitter, so I'm not going to use that this time, but I really like that a lot. I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'll bring one of these up. And of course I'll have to make it larger to go with this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of it and resize it, because I said that I would like it to be 2.5 inches, right? So if I click on it, we can see up here that the size is a little under 2.5 inches. So I'm going to adjust this to make it 2.5. And since the lock is locked, it'll automatically change the height as well. So that's exactly the size that I need for my sister's hat. So I'm going to move that over there. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to highlight. I need to move her thing. So what I want to do is make sure I've grouped all of this together. Right click and group. All right, now I can move this way out of the way. And I'm just going to grab all of these things up here and group them. And once they're grouped, I'm going to hide them. And let's see. So I should be able to come up to the top. Here's the group, and I can hide it. Okay, so the only thing I'm left with is this now. And what I will do, I think, is I'll highlight it again and say attach. And then I'm going to go to make it. And like I said, I'm going to make this on my Cricut machine this time instead of my Silhouette. So I'm starting my Cricut, and I'm going to go continue. And I've got to select my machine. And like I said, I'm using this silver glitter. I think it's going to be pretty. Remember now, since this is iron on, I need to mirror this. Notice right here it says mirror is off. I need to go to edit, and I need to turn mirroring on. Whenever you do HTV, heat transfer vinyl, you always put on mirror, unless it's one of the printable things. So now I'm going to select my device, which is the Air 2. And the material, like I said, is HTV, and it's glitter. So I'm going to select that. Right now my material is set to cardstock, so I need to change it to this so I can set the material. So I'll go browse all materials, and I'll go to iron on and glitter iron on and say done. And I'm going to edit this just to make sure that it looks like my mirror is on, and it is on, so I'll stop that. Okay, so now I'm just going to put my vinyl on my mat. I used my green mat, and I'll be back to show you my weeding. It's not that sticky anymore, and so I stayed right with my machine and kind of babysat it to make sure that nothing was being pushed off the mat. If I was working in Silhouette Business Edition, I would be able to put a weeding box around this very easily, so I would not have to worry about exactly where my item was. It would weed a box just right around it. But we don't have that capability yet in Cricut Design Space. So I'm just going to weed it like this. I love sparkles, you know. The glitter, the more glitter, the better in my book. So this is really going to be pretty. Okay, now it's hard to see. what to do next. I think here should be good. Uh-oh. So these would be super cute if you're planning a girls' trip to the beach. Y'all could have matching hats with your monograms on them. If y'all going to Disney, you know, put a monogram on. Look how cute that, super cute that's going to be. I hope you can see it. OMG, that's gorgeous. All right, join me over here to the heat press and I'll show you how I'm going to put it on this hat. Okay, my heat press is warming up. The first thing I'm going to do is flatten this as best as I can, and then I'm going to take my heat press and preheat it, right? And for the decal or the monogram, what I've done is I've cut around it in a circle so it will be more easier for me to see exactly where I want it to be placed. Now there is a seam down the center of this. Most of the letters are not going to be on that seam at all. So let's see what we can get ready. I heard my heat press call me. It might be easier. Uh-oh, I don't have that much cord. It might be easier if I had the smaller heat press, but I think I'll be able to work with this. So I'm just heating it up a little bit to get it preheated. Now you'll notice that it changed colors, but that'll go away as soon as it cools. So I'm going to put this as close as I can down there to the brim, right about there. And I think I will use my Teflon sheet like that. And then just bring my heat press over again. And I'm going to do it for 20 seconds. I have it set for 10. So I'm going to do it twice, giving it a firm pressure. Okay, that's almost 20 seconds. I'm going to stop right there. And let's see. All right, looks like I might need to press it a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is go from this side now and press. Because I have a little bit of a wrinkle in there. So let's try. And actually, yeah, the littler one would be easier probably, or an iron even. Okay. All right, let's see how that looks. Okay, it's getting better, but I haven't gotten this side yet. So I need to make sure I get way over here. And that's just the trick to doing this. You just have to keep applying it. So what this is doing, it's heating up the glue basically and melting it into the fabric. Let's see how that's doing. And we're not going to be totally concerned about how well it adheres because, and I see I messed up a little bit, but because this isn't going to be something that's going to be washed. You know, it's going to be just used. So I'm just making sure that I'm getting it all tacked down well. And I think that just about does it. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, saw one little piece lift off. So I'll do it one more time, this time with this on top again. Let's check it out. Okay, it turned out super cute. I'm not going to model it, but I thought I'd let Sonic model it. It's nicely adhered, looks great on there, and it would just be a really a fun thing to take to the beach for girls' weekend at the beach or something like that. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. By the way, make sure you check out about the Patreon down below, because I'm going to teach you how to put rhinestones on there and rhinestones on other things, so you can bling all kind of things. This has already been through the dishwasher twice, and my husband even put it in the dishwasher before it even had time to cure, and this will stay on here forever. And guess what? You can make fabulous decals for your cars with the same stuff. I'm going to teach you all about it in our Patreon class. It's only $5 a month. You get 4 or 5 classes every month, and you also get to join us at the dollar level. So anyway, check it out. It's a lot of fun. Lots of stuff going to happen there. Thanks for joining me here today. Bye-bye.